Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Ray Guitar channel, and there's one thing I can guarantee. I do not have a bomb. The same cannot be said for the Saudi Arabians. Yes, guys, that's right. We're going to be talking about some, big hypocrite stuff. Oh no, some people on the internet were not, holding themselves to their own standards. Honestly, for all of the people that actually, complain and pretend to care about this shit, I say why? Number one, people in real life just don't give a shit about being hypocritical. That's one thing, one truth about the world that you just need to realize, okay, guys? And number two, people really don't care about being hypocritical on the internet. At the end of the day, literally everyone is going to be hypocritical. It's a matter of time, honestly. But, ladies and gentlemen, this drama, this information that everyone is talking about, that everyone wants to know about, that you've probably already heard about, but I am going to be putting my 2 cents in because I feel like it, okay? There's a bunch of comedians going over and taking dirty slave blood money straight from the Saudi Arabians. One person in particular that everyone is really criticizing is Bill Burr. Now, why, you might ask? Well, it's because Bill Burr, for the past couple of years now, has been pretty outspoken and critical of everything that billionaires do. Whenever it comes to the billionaire submarine fiasco, he was pretty big on that. He just kind of hates billionaires, okay? And there's plenty of clips out there criticizing these billionaires and everything. And in fact, he has even gone as far as to criticize Mariah Carey. Yes, the bitch who has one singular Christmas song that has made her millions of dollars, okay? He criticizes her and says, how much more money do you really need, you dumb bitch? Why are you going over and doing private shows over in Saudi Arabia and taking this dirty slave blood money?
Usher, Beyonce, and Mariah Carey actually did private New Year's gigs for $1 million. Did New Year's gigs for Gaddafi's kids. Can you fucking believe that? How much fucking money do you need to make, You're going to take a gig where you're going to go dance like a goddamn fucking clown for a mass murderer's kids? And then you take that fucking blood money. And what he's done, you couldn't remember that he claimed he was behind the Pan Am bombings that killed fellow Americans? The fuck is wrong with you?
Now, I got all of these clips from the YouTube channel Too Lazy to Try, so please go check him out. He's a great, fantastic, amazing YouTuber. The best YouTuber that has ever existed in the entire landscape, in the entire website. So please go check him out. From me to him, go see him. He shows some more clips, ladies and gentlemen, of good old Billy talking about how CEOs are too greedy, how people can't even afford to pay their medical bills and get real dental care, all of this shit. And he even goes as far as to say that CEOs should be put down like the dogs they are.
My new perspective is there's nothing wrong with being a billionaire, but if somebody is working 40 hours a week, 160 hours a month, and they can't make their rent, you're not paying them enough money. Maybe you should just be worth $900 million. Like, how does a CEO take a 8-figure bonus and none of your employees have dental insurance? They can't even go out and get a filling.
Tired of hearing about people going to bed worried about what's going to happen next week. There is so much fucking money in this country, and there's so much work being done, and if you work a full fucking week at a job, you should be able to pay your fucking rent. You shouldn't have to go out and get a fucking job and still be struggling. It's bad for the country. At least these fucking billionaires, they need to be put down. Like fucking rabid dogs. They're like rabid with fucking greed. and just going out and just dividing everybody.
Now, who am I to ever criticize him for a crazy, bombastic, insane, hyperbolic joke like that? Obviously, I'm not criticizing him on the joke. But the criticism is that he has been so outspoken, okay? He's been, running this dog, okay? He's been betting on this dog in this race and everything, and he went up to that dog and just shot it in the fucking head, okay? Just like those billionaires he was thinking about and he wanted to die. He went up, and that dog he was loving, that dog that he was betting on every single weekend at the old races, he shot it. He fucking sniped it like Charlie Kirk's. I bet that the puppies of the dog he's been betting on were there to watch the assassination of their father dog. And honestly, all of this was kind of like flying under the radar, okay? Which I don't really understand how that was happening, given there were so many big names like Kevin Hart, people like Fluffy, and then some other people that honestly aren't really surprising, like Andrew Schulz. But most people didn't even really know this was happening, until a whole bunch of other comedians started talking about it. In particular, probably one of the biggest comedians that talked about it and made fun of it was Shane Gillis.
Everyone's like, yeah, you should do it. Everyone's doing it. It's like, for Saudis?
Yeah.
Weren't those the 9/11 guys?
So I thought.
Aren't they exactly the 9/11 guys?
Now, there's a lot of drips, killjoys, and dweebazoids who are saying, oh, they shouldn't do comedy over there because it's whitewashing a regime that just in June killed a journalist and killed Jamal Khashoggi and played a big role in 9/11. Shut up. Name one comedian who hasn't whored themselves out to a dictator.
Incredibly lonely it can feel to look around and see people you used to admire and respect cave and show up in Saudi Arabia to take a check and abandon even the most basic principles they always claim to hold. These people have failed to employ the most basic common sense and critical thinking, and others have decided to cynically accept money in exchange for whitewashing and BS. At the same time, these same people claim to be progressive here in the United States.
I have to tell you, I really think that Bill Burr sort of fucked up here, bro. I really think he fucked up. This person said, hey, did you know that Bill Burr is going to the Saudi Arabia Comedy Festival, the Riyadh Comedy Festival? And I said, that can't be true. No, that's not true. Is it? No, that's not true. Come on. Turns out it is, y'all.
They've sold their soul. They've sold their ability to talk about shit. You're fucking hypocrites now. And everything you say is to be looked at through the lens of taking millions of dollars from slave owners.
Like, yeah, dude, how are you going to go around and, take this fucking shit money whenever you're already making millions of dollars? Maybe it's just because I don't make millions of dollars that I don't understand why I would need more millions of dollars, but I'm pretty sure I'd be comfortable just living the life that I am now and just having extra money and not needing to worry about the bills too much. Sure, I mean, lifestyle inflation is a thing, but I don't know. I feel like to a certain extent, how much do you need? How, luxurious do you need your life to be? As long as I can put money into my hobbies and into my passions and everything, I'd be happy. And some people might be raising the question, oh, Ray, it's hard. How do you know that these comedians were being silenced, okay? How do you know that they were getting slapped up with tape on their mouth, okay? How do you know that they were restricted in what they were allowed to say? Well, it's pretty blatant, and I'll show it to you, okay? I'll show it to you. Because Tim Dillon actually took the deal, and before the festival was supposed to happen, he was criticizing Saudi Arabia for using slave labor and making fun of them on his podcast, and then he got fired from the festival.
I was supposed to perform in Dubai. I mixed up Dubai and I said Abu Dhabi. Apparently this is a big deal over there. This is like a real problem. My agent called me and he goes, you said on Joe Rogan that you were performing in Abu Dhabi and you're actually performing in Dubai. They're cities and they have a rivalry. And I go, dude, who gives a fuck? What do I stop? I made a mistake. This is not a malicious slander. It's a mistake. He goes, well, they're very angry and they sent an email that you need to be controlled. I said, well, good luck. Whatever. I don't have to do it. I don't care. And then he called me a few days later, and I thought he was going to talk about the Kimmel thing. But he called me and he said, they heard what you said about them having slaves. And I said, I was being positive about it. I was defending them. He goes, well, I know that. I know you were defending them. I said, I was defending them for having slaves. I literally said, slaves are probably hard workers and for the most part agreeable, but they didn't like that. You can literally support somebody too much. I've learned this. You can actually, by the way, in life, this happens. Too many compliments, too much support, and then they turn on you. I was saying that slaves were proud of some of the buildings they built. That's what I was saying. I was saying that if I was a slave, not that I want to be, if I was a slave and I built a really nice thing, I might say to my slave children, Daddy built that. I was going that angle. Apparently, this got to the people in Saudi Arabia and they were unhappy about it. If I accept a gig, I am not going to break the rules of the gig. Meaning, Amish people call me. They go, Tim, we're going to pay you a lot of money. We want you to perform in the Amish, Pennsylvania Dutch country. But we're Amish. So we don't want to hear about iPhones or Kalshi, which they should hear about. It's phenomenal, this Kalshi. We'll get to it later. But if that was a rule, I would respect it while I'm there, while I'm in Pennsylvania Dutch country, eating shoe fly pie, respecting their culture. You have a culture. You've got Sharia law. Would I like Sharia law? No, I don't want it. Actually, I don't want it. I'm good. But you have it. So it's not like I have bits in my act about the prophet anyway. So I certainly wasn't going to show up in your country and insult the people that are paying me the money. One, it's illegal. So I wasn't really planning to go to a Saudi jail. But on my own show, in my own country, where I have the freedom to speak and say the things I want, I'm going to be funny and I'm going to be who I am. And if you're not buying that, you don't have the right to tell me on my own show.
Yeah, no, these people are not allowed to say whatever they want to say about it. Which is kind of crazy that, like, Dave Chappelle was taking this fucking deal. Like, dude, he is a fucking multi-millionaire, dude. How much money does that fucker need, okay? He got paid $60 million by Netflix, okay? To be like this free speech warrior kind of guy, okay? To go up on stage and be like, oh, I'm gonna make fun of trans people. Oh, I'm gonna say whatever I want and you're gonna have to listen because I'm making jokes, okay? Because I have a microphone in my hand. To be that kind of a guy, all right? To be in that position and then to, I don't know, shit all over your own beliefs in one fellow swoop, it has to be worth a lot of money to you. I don't know, maybe the bag was just way too good and they couldn't pass it up. I hope. I truly pray that that is the truth, because honestly, I am under the belief that, hey, go get your bag. Whatever. To a certain extent, of course. I don't know if I would make money off of slaves.
Look like a slave. Look like a slave.
Whipping that hoe
Hit
like a
that.
slave.
Whipping that hoe like a slave. Whipping that hoe like a slave. Yeah.
I wouldn't do that personally. But maybe if the money was just so good I couldn't pass it up, maybe talk to me then. I don't know. You just really like stab your entire audience in the back in a second just for some money, I guess. And after the festival was said and done, and Bill Burr got back from his little Saudi Arabian escape, okay, he got back from his little vacation, he decided to go on his podcast, and he talked about Saudi Arabia. And he said it was such a beautiful place, such a wonderful place, because they have Starbucks, because they have a McDonald's.
Of Saudi Arabia is what I've seen, like, on the news. I literally think I'm going to fucking land, you know, and everybody's going to be screaming, "Death to America!" And they're going to have, like, fucking machetes and want to, like, chop my head off, right? Because this is what I've been fed about that part of the world, right? And we're flying over it. It's nothing but, like, these long roads and sand. It's like nothing. And I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck did I get myself into? And then we land, and everybody's just regular. They're dressed different, but they're regular. Like people just shooting the shit. "Hey, how you doing? You know, welcome." We're saying, "Hey, we know we're happy to be here." And we're driving around, and then I'm just like going like, I thought this place was going to be like really tense. And I'm thinking like, is that a Starbucks? Next to a Pete's Coffee? Next to a Burger King? Next to a McDonald's? Next to a Pizza Hut? Next to a Dunkin' Donuts? Next to a Krispy Kreme? Next to a Cheesecake Factory? Next to a KFC? Next to a Chili's? They got a fucking Chili's over here? Then we go into the mall because I want to get my kids something. There was a Timberland store. I could have bought Timberlands like I was in Brooklyn, New York. And then there's advertisement for like boxing and fucking Formula One and MotoGP and golf and all of this stuff. And I was like, oh. And then it just struck me as funny. It's like, they're eating this shit too. They're going to have to get some bigger fucking clothes. They're going to end up looking like us. So, I go down to do the show, right? And they say, all right, the front 2 rows is going to be all diplomats in these padded seats. And then up top, the royals are going to be there. And I could just feel them, like, these fucking people, the people, okay, they want a fucking show. You could feel it. I was talking to the other comics. You could feel it. They wanted you to push, right? It was really fucking exciting. So I go up on stage, and I start doing my shit, and they're fucking into it. Everything's going good. And I'm not going to lie to you. I'm checking out the diplomats as I'm doing this stuff, and they're all fucking laughing. All right, so I'm going to push a little farther, and all of a sudden, I start getting in the zone. This is really amazing. And it was just this great exchange of energy, right? So the Royals loved the show. Everyone was happy. The people that were doing the festival were thrilled. And, yeah, it was just this great positive thing. And I got to tell you, just to be a part of that was fucking amazing. And the comedians that I've been talking to just saying, like, dude, you can feel it. They wanted it. They wanted it. They wanted you to, like the people want, like, you know, they go online and they see it. And they want to, like, see real stand-up comedy. So it was a mind-blowing experience. Definitely top 3 experiences I've ever had.
Ah, yes. Fast food. One of the greatest delicacies in all of human history. A true sign of a prospering moral society is a McDonald's. Thank you, Bill Burr, you bald fuck. And you know, honestly, it would be one thing if he wasn't bald, okay? But then he also has no hair, so I just can't like him in any way, shape, or form now. Like, sure, I'd let you get away with being a hypocrite, okay, if you had some luscious locks. But dude, come on, man, come on. You're gonna be a hypocritical piece of shit and also be bald and force everyone to look at your bald fucking head. And you know, I kind of just wonder, like, what would it be like if we were back in the 1940s with all of these people?
Hey man, you hear about these Nazis, man? I hear they killing and gassing the Jews, man. They doing a lot of shit. Not good, not good. Put them all in little striped pajamas. Striped pajamas. That Hitler guy. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? I am right. So I'm signing off of this here episode of my podcast. Just wanted to let you know, guys, I am headed over to Nazi Germany in about a week or two. And I will be back with my next podcast. And I will let you guys know how it goes. I'm gonna rip them motherfuckers a new one. These disgusting little pigs. How could you ever take money from the fucking Nazis? Adidas, Louis Vuitton, Volkswagen, fucking despicable. I'll see you guys next on the next podcast, okay?
3 weeks later.
Hey man, I'm back from fucking Germany. Beautiful place. Beautiful place. They have a Louis Vuitton over there, man. I bought my woman tonight a new bag. I bought a bunch of fucking Adidas shoes. It was beautiful. It was truly beautiful. They even had a fucking Chili's. They had a fucking Chili's, dude. Fucking Chili's over in Nazi Germany, that crazy shit, man. They even had a fucking Pizza Hut, dude. A fucking Pizza Hut. Crazy, man. Crazy, man. You know, honestly, they're not talking about all these motherfucking Jews and everything. I'm just saying. 6 million? 6 million, really? 6 million? Are we sure about that? Are we positive about that? I don't know. I'm just saying, spitballing, asking questions, okay? That's just what I am doing. That's where I'm at in life. Just spitballing. Okay, realistically though, if you think about it on a practical level, on a real situational level, say your grandma was cooking a bunch of fucking cookies. 6 million, to be exact. 6 million cookies. Only had 6 ovens? What the fuck? How you gonna cook all them cookies? Huh? How long would it take? I don't know. I don't even know the joke. But listen, that Hitler guy, you know, he's a pretty good guy. Got great looks. I saw his ball. I saw his singular testicle. Beautiful testicle. Let me tell ya. Tasted like strawberries. Smelled even better. It was fantastic. Okay, well, that ends it for this episode of the podcast. Remember, Sieg Heil. See you later. Sieg Heil.
So other than that, ladies and gentlemen, like, comment, and subscribe for more videos in the future. And if you would like to support the channel just a little bit extra, you can go down below, click the join button, and join the membership for only $1.99. And you will be getting custom emojis that you can use in the comment section. You can also receive custom badges that are coming soon. It'll improve the quality of this channel by tenfold. And it will be filling the belly of my child, Stuart. Stuart will be feasting on your memberships, so please support Stuart. Other than that, guys, like, comment, and subscribe for more videos in the future. I already said that, but I don't give a shit. I'm saying it again. Gay retard out.